Why? Say toodaloo.
Hello.
Heidi ho, good neighbor.
I'm just gonna pull up my notes.
We have notes.
Announcements. Yeah. This is Whiskey Tango Talk. My name's Kristin. This is my husband Brandon with Whiskey Tango Farms. We're from right smack dab in the middle of Wisconsin in Stevens Point. This is, like I said, this is Whiskey Tango Talk. It's just a live that we do every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. And we just kind of hang out. We talk about quail, rabbits, gardening, homesteading, self-sufficiency, some random stories. We just kind of hang out. So in the comments, go ahead and say hi. Let us know where you're from. We read off the comments. It's kind of fun to see where everybody is tuning in from. We just ask that you keep everything family friendly and friendly. Family friendly and nice, I guess, or family friendly and friendly. Anywho,
freaking her out.
That's new. Anywho, new. I feel like I'm on the news. Over to you for the weather. It has been insanely hot. Sorry, squirrel. We will also be doing a special live tomorrow with Zach at my Shire Farm. We're doing that about QuailCon. That will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central. So you'll want to come join us for that. You're not going to want to miss it. So make sure you tune in. Let's see here.
I know I'm a dork. Leave me alone.
How am I supposed to stay focused when he's doing that stuff? Anyhow, QuailCon, which is what we'll be talking with Zach tomorrow about. That will be on Labor Day weekend. I didn't say Memorial Day. That'll be on Labor Day weekend at my Shire Farm in Miamisburg, Ohio. It's going to be a 2-day event, and you're not going to want to miss it. We're going to have vendors and classes and tours and games and food, and it's going to be a ton of fun. So for more details, make sure you check us out tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central with Zach. Get your tickets at myshirefarm.com. We also do have some QuailCon merch available on our website. We have 2 different t-shirts, one official QuailCon shirt that you can wear there, and then there's another one you can wear like on your way or on the way back or every other day of the year. We also have a magnet you can stick on your car or fridge or whatever, so check that out. We do have Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, so you can follow us in all those places. Our website is whiskeytangofarms.net. We do ship eggs nationwide. We are about 3 or 4 weeks out currently on everything, but we are doing our best to get caught back up. So thanks for bearing with us. We have Ed moderating for us tonight, so thank you very much to Ed. Usually Verna's here as well, but she, I don't think is going to be tuning in. She wasn't feeling well, so hopefully she'll be up to snuff tomorrow night for us. But we are beginning the Quail Mamas and Daddies calendars, and there is a Facebook group for that if you are one of the models. So if you want to be a part of that and you have been added to the group or heard from me, make sure you contact us at info@whiskeytangofarms.net and I'll get you added. We'd love to have you. We do have the Super Chat sticker as well here on YouTube where you can donate. All proceeds go to QuailCon. Kind of helps keep the ticket prices low and lets us add extra special fun stuff for you guys there, like extra activities and things like that, make it more fun, which it was a ton of fun last year, and now we doubled the days, and it's going to be even more. It's going to be amazing.
Double the fun.
Yes.
Don't want to miss it.
Yes. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We are going to have a lot of videos coming up about QuailCon, and we...
That was the notification bell.
Ding! Lots about QuailCon coming up. We are really hustling, trying to get some videos out for you guys and get some content for you guys to watch. We're getting in a rhythm with that. If you are local here, we will be at the PK Amherst Swap this Saturday, the 25th. The avian influenza poultry ban is over. Yay! I am so excited. I am so excited. Like we have been meeting people off farm, trying to meet with people. We just like going to the swaps though and meeting people. We did go there and try like selling plants and stuff, but it wasn't the same.
Just lots of rabbits.
Lots of rabbits. So many rabbits. So I think it's going to be huge. Brandon's going to take his drone. We're going to do some flyover coverage and all that good stuff again, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So check that out. Amherst, Wisconsin, this Saturday, the 25th. So yeah, I made a fun little image for the group, like the event page, and it was like a bird breaking free out of a cage. And I was like, it seems fitting for the poultry ban being over. So anywho, we will roll into the comments, and I don't know what Brandon has been saying on the crawler. I've been trying to kind of ignore it. So.
Oh, she's asking a question.
Okay.
So we'll start with Feather and Shell. Says, can I wear my QuailCon t-shirt before QuailCon? Got my delivery.
Yes.
Why not?
Yes, sirree.
We have Time and Timber Homestead. Says, hey friends, dang, it feels good to be cleaned up and comfy just in time to watch WTF live stream. It's been a busy and full past 2 days here on the homestead. I am pooped.
Oh, I thought it said I just pooped. I was like, good for you. Gold star.
I'm sure it does feel good to be clean after cleaning all that poop.
Yes. There's a song that I like to listen to while I'm cleaning poop trays specifically. It's called Clean Money by Adam Calhoun. And he's like, in order to make clean money, you got to get dirty. And I'm like, it's perfect for cleaning out poop trays.
Ed Gabate is here. Our moderator says, hi, Jasmine. How's your new shed/animal home coming? Time and Timber says, hey, Ed, it's coming along slowly. Had to focus on the rabbit hutches since I am picking those up tomorrow.
Yay. So excited for you to get those American Blues. She have all sorts of fun colors. American Blues, Creme d'Argent.
Mr. Ed Gabate says, yeah, cool. Good luck with your bunnies.
Oh, we actually had a couple births this week at the farm. We had our older Creme d'Argent doe gave birth to one single baby. So she's old. Her last litter was only 4, so I really wasn't expecting much.
I think her last litter was 1 as well. The one before that was 4.
Yeah, so she has worn out her welcome. So hopefully this baby produces. I might breed her one more time just because, I don't know, I have a hard time like saying goodbye to animals, but it might be time to retire her. So we'll see. And then Eclipse, who is a younger silver fox doe. I was a little worried because I went out, it was day 28. I went to go put her nest box in her cage, and there was a dead baby on the cage floor. I'm like, why are you popping out babies? It's only day 28, and rabbits aren't supposed to start having babies until like day 30-ish for meat rabbits anyhow. And usually it's day like 31 or 32 or more. So I was like, oh man, but it was just one. I'm like, I don't know if they can have just one like miscarriage and then go on to have more. She did go on to have 7 more babies. 2 were stillborn, and she started eating them. Liv came to me and she's like, Mom, there's a couple half babies in the nest box. I'm like, half babies? And she's like, yeah, their butts are missing. I'm like,
I think there was 3 of them.
Really?
Yeah, I pulled out 3.
She ate 2. Wait, so how many? Because there's 5. Is there 4 or 5 in there now?
4.
So that's right. 2 were eaten. 1 was dead. And then the other one was dead on the floor. So she only 50% lived, which isn't great. But she's a first-time mom. And the day 28, it was like 95 degrees outside. And I was like giving the rabbits water bottles and fans and like just trying to keep them cool. So that was the biggest casualty we had, was those kits. All of our breeder rabbits, knock on wood, are doing okay. So
Who knew we were going to have story time this early on?
I'm sorry. It's not story time. It's an update. Oh. Sorry.
Anyways. Jesse Mills is in the house. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Jesse. Ed says, not sure if Verna's going to make it. She's not feeling good tonight. Yep. Hope she gets better.
Yes.
Time and Timber Homestead says, hey, Kristin and Brandon. Kristin, that color is great on you.
Oh, thanks.
What color?
It's like a burnt orange. It goes well with my sunburn.
Ed Bate says, Virginia Beach, Virginia here. Jasmine says, I love the ticker feed, LOL. Thanks. Discovered new things today. Animal Games is here. Says hi. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Josh's Punk Rock Gardens here. Says hey. I hope everyone's having a good week.
I was just going to say, like, thank you, Josh, for putting that in there because I know he can't say it. It's the Adirondacks. That's payback for the ticker.
Low Ridge Farm says howdy, y'all.
Hello.
How's it going? PJ's Family Farm says, hello, y'all beautiful people.
Hello.
Ed posted our group for self-sufficient backyard. That group is blowing up. We have gotten just over 1,000 people in the last week joined that group. So it's hopefully going to be a good group.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
It's turning into what we wanted it to be, but it's like, whoa, now what? So we're excited.
There's been a lot of work between Kristin, me, and Jasmine on approving and getting people in the group.
Yeah.
So
it seems like I'll approve people and turn around and there'll be a whole nother list. I'm like, what? I just approved all these people and it's new people.
I'll wake up in the morning and there's like 60 people to approve. I'm like, oh. So it's been going a lot better now though. Ed shared our website, whiskeytangofarms.net. I'm sorry. Jasmine said, I wish I had known how wasteful the little buggers were, and some beater tips. What else? Oh, I asked what...
Quail or rabbit?
Quail.
Oh.
I asked in the bottom and said, would you wish you knew before you got started with quail?
Oh.
So
I wish I would have known how much they want to die. That sounds really morbid, but like as chicks, like they will find the most creative ways to kill themselves. There's a gnat or something. They will find really creative ways to kill themselves, but then they also they run out of food for 0.5 seconds and then they're scalping each other. That's gotten a lot better since we've been breeding for temperament, but they are still natural.
The cat just...
It is their natural ability. Or
sorry.
The cat farted?
Yeah. She's right there.
Hi. Good thing they don't have smell-o-vision, huh?
Yeah, that's bad. Ed got bait posted the link for our QuailCon merch, so you can go get your T-shirt and sticker.
It's a magnet.
Whatever. Jasmine also said, "Oh, and how much the quail poop? I can't imagine what people do with it all when they don't have all the land to compost it all." Yeah, I really don't know either.
You'd have to put it in the garbage, but in the winter or in the summer, I would think that it would get really stinky.
I'd hope most people have room for compost. I know, some people don't, and yeah, I can imagine they only have to get rid of it in the garbage. But I mean, once you compost it, you can always put it on your lawn or in the garden. So, it's not anything going to waste. There's always somewhere to put it. Ed Got Bait says, I'm currently coating all my empty quail eggs so I can make earrings and necklaces. Awesome. Good luck on that. It's always fun. You have some beautiful work.
Yes, he does.
Chad says, hi all, taking a break from quail. Am I okay to be here? Of course.
Yeah.
We welcome everybody. It doesn't have to be just quail. We want everything self-sufficiency and
I have enough stories for everybody.
Stories, yeah. Kristin's full of talks.
It just happens.
Jasmine says, all the new babies, congrats. WTF. Well, thanks.
Thank you. We got to make room for some of those babies. Some of the other kits we are older now and need to find new places, whether it be a new home or a freezer.
Wow, Jasmine says, hey, Chad, this is Jasmine. Of course you're still welcome here, with or without Quail. Patricia's here, says, hi, everyone. Very hot in Virginia. Day 7 are quail eggs. Cool.
Awesome. Let us know how it goes or if you have any questions, but happy hatching. Hopefully you have a really good hatch rate.
It says, breaking news. You can pretend to be CNN.
No, thank you.
No. But I do have another question there for you guys. Yep. Jesse Mills says, found my dress and hat for the calendar today.
Yes, that's awesome.
Can't wait to see the pictures. Jasmine says, that Facebook group is hopping, LOL. It sure is. I appreciate all your help with it.
Very much.
The cat's hitting the tripod now.
She's grooming herself and like bumping the tripod.
I did my research and I was ready when I started. You did. You didn't have any odd questions there, Ed? Josh says, yes, I talked to my friends in Vermont. Sorry, I'm bad with stuff. Into trying quail on her farm, and she keeps telling me how they're trying to kill themselves. And I'm just like, yeah, that's how they are the first few weeks.
True. Truth.
Ed says, let the poop hit the floor. Well, ground. Well, yeah. If you don't have black soldier flies, that builds up. Trust me.
Yeah, we're trying out some fly predators, and we're hoping that will help under the grow out pens. Were you still going to get some black soldier flies for the actual compost pile, though?
Yeah, I wanted to. I don't have anybody else to send them to me, so I have to go buy some. I'm willing to pay shipping if somebody has some. Woman of Spirit says, blessings to all you beautiful quail people.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for joining.
I felt the wind.
Sorry.
You almost hit me.
PJ's Family Farm says, we are adding a mini zebu. What's this? Or is it? I don't know what that is.
I feel like she's talked about it in the group. Yeah, it's like a cow. Humped cattle is a species or subspecies of domestic cattle. It's like a camel cow.
Dan Nicholson's here. Cool. Says, hey, first time watcher, how long could I keep eggs before putting in the incubator? Cheers, Dan from Australia. Is that what it is? AUS?
Yep.
Australia. Sorry. Like I said, I'm bad with abbreviations. You can keep eggs on the counter for incubation up to 7 to 10 days is the optimal. 7 is like the best. That's what we do. If we have a little amount of eggs and we just hatch them. So
yeah, they're still good after day 7. It's just that the fertility begins to go down after day 7. So yep. I mean, you know, because like you can even eat them for a few weeks on the counter, so yeah. they're still good, but the chances start going down after 7 days, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're asking for incubation, so.
Oh.
Yeah, 7 days is your optimal. So, but welcome to the channel.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Jasmine says, well, tomorrow is American Blue White Rabbits, and then next weekend the Nigerian dwarf goats arrive to the homestead. After that, I'm hoping for creme d'argent rabbits. I hope that's not going to be too long.
Yeah, hopefully not. I mean, they are 7 or 8 weeks old, so I should be able to evaluate them starting in a month or so.
We gotta tattoo them soon. It'll be fun.
I think it'll be easier to see. It'll be interesting to see if they're gonna be easier to tattoo than the silver fox. I have a feeling they might be.
I think we tattooed the silver fox too young. I think that was the biggest problem.
Maybe there wasn't enough real estate.
Yeah, there was not enough here.
I know. I was looking at our tattoos compared to like Tiffany's. Granted, Tiffany has been doing this a lot longer than us, and like
but she does all hers at 12 weeks, I believe, too.
At least, yeah.
So I think we did ours at 8 last time.
But they're like beautiful, and I'm like, oh my god, it looks like a blind kindergartner that's right-handed but use their left hand. That's what our tattoos look like.
I should probably use my left hand, probably be more legible.
But to be fair, I didn't do it. I was too nervous. Maybe on a bigger rabbit, maybe I'll try one because I do really want to try it. But like I was like psyching myself out, and I had really bad anxiety. I'm like, this isn't a good situation for anybody because the rabbits can feel your anxiety. And I was just like, you do it, Brandon, because he's just like, okay, and he like did it, and it wasn't great, but he did it. So that's the most important part. Practice, I'm sure, makes not perfect, but legibility.
And Chad says the zebu should be fun. They look fun.
Are they good for meat and I almost said eggs, meat and milk? I don't think your cow will be good for eggs. I mean, unless it's a special cow, that'd be pretty cool.
S.L. Swanson's here. I forgot where he's from now. Kentucky, Mississippi. Yeah.
MISSI.
I did not clean under my quail cage for a week, and I have discovered black soldier fly larvae under the cage. They had it destroyed most of the poop and hardly any regular flies around the cages. Yeah, that's the plan.
That is awesome.
That's what I plan on doing. Jasmine says zebu. Little cow picture.
It's called an emoji. Gramps.
It's a little picture. Anyways, Henry Thompson's here. Says Henry Thompson from Sheringham, DO.
Do you have a dog?
Or do have a dog? Sheringham. Yeah, we have a dog. We have 3 dogs.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 Great Danes and a corgi.
It's funny. You just got like little and then big and big.
Yep. PJ's Family Farm says they're fun working on halter and lead training.
That's cool. Awesome.
Dan says, yeah, great. Thanks for the information. And yep, Australia, middle of winter right now, and just bought the first lot of quail 2 weeks ago. So getting a few eggs now.
That's
awesome.
Cool.
Congratulations. I suppose it is middle of winter. It's almost middle of summer. Start of summer for us. So
yeah, summer started on
yesterday.
I was gonna say Tuesday, which was yesterday. And actually, I think yesterday was probably the hottest day that we had yet. Last week got really hot, but yesterday the thing said 98 when I was on the way home with Mom.
Yeah, it was really hot yesterday. We also had 15 hours. I think it was like almost 16 hours of daylight yesterday.
Yeah,
I think it was like 15 hours and 45 minutes or something like that.
But now we lose like, what is it, 2 seconds a day or 2 minutes, a day or something? Yeah. It'll be dark at 4 p.m. before we know it.
Yep. Truck 3 Warden says, how many days do you wait for eggs to hatch? On day 19 and 23 out of 59, one pipped but did not hatch. I usually don't let them go any more than day 20, day 21 at the most.
Well, that's us. So I would say you're going to have like a huge like influx of you'll have some early ones usually, like, day 17, say, and then you'll have most of them hatch on day 18, then a couple stragglers. So usually like after the large, like majority of them hatch, I'll wait like 2 more days. Basically when I start taking those first ones out, I'll give them another 24 hours, and then whatever doesn't pip or hatch, I toss. But because usually after that point, you're gonna have curled toes and stuff anyhow. But I guess I would be curious. Day 19 and have 23 out of 59, one pip, but did not hatch. I mean, I guess my question would be like, when did those 23 start hatching? Like, has it already been a day or 2? Because then I would probably start not giving up, but like I would probably start thinking about, maybe give another 24 hours. But like if they all hatched like 2 hours ago and today is 19, then I would wait a little longer because maybe you have like a cold spot in your incubator. Maybe it's colder than you think or something. So
yep.
I would need to know more details. But us personally, like by day 20, they're usually done.
When we hatch is really day 19, I think, is because we don't go past that.
Yeah.
Day 17, 18 is everything. Jasmine says, I am moving away from novelty animals on the homestead and trying to replace them with similar heritage breeds. Geese, chickens, and ducks. Those will all be next year's additions.
Awesome.
Maybe I can ship you some duck eggs.
That'd be cool.
We'll have duck eggs next year. Dan's here, says, hi, y'all. Hello, thanks for joining. PJ says, yes, good for small amounts of meat and milk.
That's awesome.
Not eggs.
No,
That's
no
what
eggs.
the quail are for.
Yeah, darn.
Josh says, I've thought about adding a rabbit hutch in the backyard, but that's probably quite a while in the future. I know there's a rabbitry about an hour from here that has champagne d'Argents. Cool.
They're really pretty too.
Champagne d'Argents are actually what makes up a silver fox. That, and then I forgot what the other breed was.
Probably like in New Zealand, if I had to guess.
I think it was New Zealand, but I can't remember.
It's funny though, because champagne d'Argents, a champagne d'Argent next to an overly silvered silver fox look like almost identical. The biggest difference.
That's where the silver fox gets their silvering.
The biggest difference between a silver fox and a champagne d'Argent though is going to be the way that the fur actually is. So, because the silver fox is going to have
the standing fur. Yeah.
So if you brush them from like butt to head, the fur is supposed to stand straight up and not do what's called flyback. And a creme or the d'Argents, you would do that, and the fur should fly back. So
yeah. Time and Timber says, LOL, Kristin, I've been speak when it comes to goats, dogs, and rabbits. I keep saying stuff like, when the does hatch their babies?
When do they hatch their babies?
No, I think
when the does hatch their babies.
The does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I've done that before.
Yeah, I've said like, oh, she hatched 8 kits. And my kids are like, what?
Henry says, can we see your dog, please? They're downstairs with the kids.
They're sometimes they'll make an appearance on here.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they're hanging out downstairs. Dan says, yeah, well, 2 days ago here, it was our shortest day of the year. Makes sense. Yep. Josh says, Jasmine, I have garden on the brain so much that I accidentally called my egg seeds.
I mean, kind of.
I get it. Woman in Spirit, I have my rabbit hutches and quail cage placed in a U shape. Temperature was 100, heat index was 105. I put a huge fan with a mister on them, brought temp down to 80.
Oh,
awesome.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that it worked. I know a lot of people I saw like on some of the farming pages around here, there's mosquito, all sorts of critters in here.
Yeah, I don't know if the kids like opened the door and left it open.
I don't know.
It's weird.
A lot of people lost animals last week and this week, and I was like, oh, and I just kept going out there checking on them. I was actually a little bit like paranoid and I'm like obsessive about it, I guess, but everybody seemed okay. So I'm very, very thankful, and we're very blessed for sure.
Little Ridge Farm says, I hope everyone saw my live from my Shire Farm last night. I was on there. Had a good time. Yeah, everybody's saying, yep, I watched it. It came in a little late. Good show. And Patricia said Zach was very good.
He's busy this week because, I mean, he's going to have ours tomorrow, too.
Truck 3 Warden says 1 hatched on day 17, 18 yesterday, and 4 today.
Yeah, so I would say
according to the
probably
Govee temp and humidity are right on with the incubator. Yeah, I probably wouldn't go any farther.
Maybe bump up your temp 1 degree just to kind of like kickstart anybody that might be hanging out and hesitant to pop out of the egg, and give it another 24 hours and then call it good. That's what I would do.
Which doctor's in the house is hi, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Truck 3 Warden says the eggs were playing hide and seek with the post office. Arrived 7 days after shipped. Ooh.
Yikes.
That sucks. Ed says, WTF, so have your animals been eating the duckweed? Give us a duckweed report. Okay. The duckweed report.
Wait, put it on the ticker. Tune in for the duckweed report. And now for the duckweed report. We're having way too much fun with this.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
So, duckweed's been doing amazing. It's been multiplying like crazy, and I've only been giving it to the ducks. Today, I actually did our first nutrients change in the trays, the bins, because the bins were getting overcrowded, and I was not harvesting I didn't harvest for like 5 days, and it was getting overcrowded. And so I harvested a bunch today and took a bunch of our large duckweed and the small duckweed and put them out in the duck.
Can you stop?
Duck pond. Well, duck water. It's not a duck pond, but
wishful thinking.
But yeah, it's been fun. Yeah. Hope that was what you were looking for.
And that's all for today's duckweed report. Over to you. I love you.
Jasmine says, I was super nervous about putting my quail grow outs outside this crazy heat. Their little bodies aren't always good at regulating temps, and they were used to our comfortable indoor house temps. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, sometimes I guess that's one thing that I wish I could tell like newbies too. I know we saw a lot of questions in the newbie quail lovers group. There's a lot of people putting their like 1 week old babies outside because they're like, oh, well, it's 90 degrees out. And it's not necessarily like the heat that's the issue. The problem with baby quail is because they're all down and no feathers, they can't regulate their body temperature. So they can actually like get too hot and then cool off too quick. And then they don't have like a heat source to go huddle up to. So then they get too cold anyhow, even though it's too hot, or they might get too warm because they have nowhere to get away from the light, or heater or heat plate or whatever. So I'd say 2.5 weeks is probably the earliest you should put them like outside.
Anyways, where were we? Jasmine says they're doing really well though, and found the water quickly, and they spread themselves out well too. Awesome. Got another question for you guys. Woman of Spear says they're also under a sunshade, plus they get frozen water bottles, and of course, when I check on them, I get to go under the mister. If we have blackouts here, I'll be under that mister. LOL. I would be too.
Yes. Yeah, there was, sorry. I just thought of like with the heat, there was a lot of places in the country. I know like Indiana got hit hard because I know Tiffany from Tealstone had some casualties, unfortunately, which is really sad because it was so hot. And then the power went out from the storms. And that actually happened. So my hometown where I'm from, Watoma, they had a tornado go through there and it missed my mom's house. Thank goodness. But she lost power for a couple of days. and it was so hot. So she has a generator, but she couldn't get it started, like the pull thing. So I went down there with our generator that I knew I could get started because we used it at the swaps for the baby chicks for heat lamps. And then I took some coolers and some ice and stuff down and some ice packs. And I helped her out. And then they got power like the next day or 2 days maybe.
I know it was the next day.
But it was just a really bad combination, like how it got so hot and then the power went out. So a lot of people lost, they had like portable air conditioners or fans or whatever on their animals, but that's great. But then the power went out and it's like, well, now what? And if you have, then you have no water, like if you have well water, and it was a bad situation. So luckily my mom didn't lose any animals either. So thank God.
Oh, wrong one. Witch Doctor says the misters on the patio are a game changer in this heat. I bet.
Yeah, I know you guys were struggling with that for a while, so I'm glad you figured something out.
Truck 3 Warden says, thank you. I raised temp a degree, and after tomorrow, clean out, and then I have duck eggs put in. Cool. Good luck with the ducks. Those are always fun to hatch. Chad says, I hear that, Jasmine. This bottle lamb is ready to join the flock, but she freaks and stresses when I get out of sight. I'd rather not lose her to the heat. Witch Doctor says, Psycho War 360 says hi. Well, hello. They're watching on her phone. Time Timber says, yeah, I don't blame you, Chad. I wouldn't either.
Especially if it's a bottle baby, like you've invested all that time and effort and like emotional attachment, and then to lose it would be just heartbreaking.
Jasmine says, reservations. I am an over researcher and want everything to be just right. So I would research and the reservations away. We started with incubating ducks and chickens and then added guinea geese. Cool.
We tried guinea fowl, but we didn't have any hatch.
The people I bought the eggs from, they said they weren't sure if they were fertilized. Yeah. So,
and that was also the same people we bought. I think we bought chicken eggs from, but I looked in the incubator we bought duck eggs, and I looked and there was a chicken. Oh, maybe they were just next to each other. Okay.
But I bought
the same swap though.
Mallard duck eggs and
a chicken hatch.
A chicken hatched. We looked in the incubator and all of a sudden there was a chicken there. Yeah. I was like,
he wasn't home. I sent him a picture. I'm like, this is a really funny looking duck. And he's like, are you serious right now? I'm like, yeah, that's not a mallard.
The eggs were identical color and size and shape. Yeah. It was weird. Beth Ann is here, says, thank you so much for the beautiful Celadon babies. They're doing amazing and we love them. You are so welcome.
Oh, those are the people you just met, right? Yep. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying them. I just met them Saturday.
Yeah.
Because we thought we were going to be
it was Saturday.
Thing. Yeah.
I spent, I don't know how long talking to them, her and her husband. It was great times. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and that's what we miss about the swaps is like just talking to people, so I'm really glad that I'm glad that the people that host the Amherst swap decided to open it up to do another one this Saturday.
Yeah, it's good to hear that they're doing well too. Mm-hmm. Mr. Ed says, when using a generator to put Stay-Bill in a gas treatment and I can't speak. Stay-Bill gas treatment. I recommend the marine one, blue. Also, when shutting down, turn off the fire and just let it die so it doesn't leave fuel in the carburetor. Gotcha.
I wonder if that's what was wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, your mom, I don't think she put any stabilizer or anything in there. Oh. I'll probably have to look at it.
I tried like four times that I went over and tried like pulling it. Like
not
maybe
turn off the fire. You meant turn off the fuel. Sorry.
Oh.
Anyways, you pulled it 8 times.
8 to 10 times. And like the second time I tried it, like I almost had it. Like it was so close. And so then that's why I kept trying. And by the time I left her house, my arm, I was like my muscle was just like exhausted. Like I couldn't. I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom, but I'm glad I took our other one down there. But yeah, maybe you can look at that for her because it sucks to have a generator and then it doesn't work.
Time and Timber says, now my reservations are usually the initial cost / investment and can I sustain them for several generations / years? Yeah, that's usually my issue
Yeah.
with any of the animals.
Because it's like, I don't want to just have a pet. You know, I want to have it contribute something back. That's why for a while we had Pave the peacock, and as many of you know, he passed away from the cold. I mean, I guess I could have gotten him a hen and like sold their eggs, but he didn't like contribute anything except that he was pretty. I don't know. It's hard because it's like when we get land someday, like I really want an emu too. And some people have them for meat, eggs, I guess, oil, but I don't know. I just want an emu just to have an emu. So I'm a bad homesteader sometimes.
Frank is here, says, hi guys. Hello. Thanks for joining.
Hey.
We also have Phil, says, hello. Thanks for popping on. Jasmine says, also, I initially didn't think I had what it took to dispatch and process my own animals. But I took the time to learn from my husband and worked my way up to doing it all myself. It's one of those things where once you feel confident, you really feel proud about the process and true farm-to-table meals. Yeah, it's awesome.
Especially when you've taken it from, like a quail, for instance, like an egg from birds that you hatched, and then you raise it up, and then you butcher, like just from start to finish is such a cool feeling. Like, and I don't enjoy having to dispatch an animal. Like, there's nothing fun about it, but I do feel proud that I'm able to do it, and I am thankful to be able to provide that for my family and for other people. I know where it came from. I know it was loved its entire life. You know, I don't know. It just makes me feel better. Whereas when you go buy a chicken from the store, like, most likely didn't have that great of a life, you know, so.
Yeah, Frank Kimball says, how are you all doing? We're doing great.
Good. Hopefully you're staying cool.
We're staying busy.
Yes.
It says, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
Yes. Trust me, you guys are not going to want to miss the stuff that we have coming up for you. We have a lot planned, so.
Yeah. Jasmine says, yes, exactly, Kristin. Same thoughts.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Time and Timber says, got that thumbs up in. Thank you. Appreciate it. I like the likes. I always want to get a lot of likes. I try to shoot for 40 likes every week. Gemma says, morning. Thanks for joining. Anybody else that ever, have any reservations? I go back to my question before getting your first homestead animal, or just curious, what kind of things went through your mind before trying?
How do I get this in the backyard without my husband noticing?
Yeah, that happened a lot.
How many days will he go without talking to me once he discovers said animal? Actually, those silkies, I did get them past you like 4 days before you noticed that they were out there.
Because I didn't go out there. The first day I went out there, I was like, oh.
The details don't matter.
There's new birds here.
It was like 4 days before he.
And I asked her why she brought the useless things on our property. Because silkies don't really provide much.
No, they're no longer with us either.
They're small eggs.
Well, we still have silkies, not those silkies though.
Yeah.
I have, I refuse to get rid of Truffle though, because she's like special and she's super sweet and I just love her. She's a pet. My silkies are pets.
All the chickens are pets.
Kind of.
/ garbage disposals.
Yeah, garbage disposal. There you go. We don't have a garbage disposal. They're out in the yard.
Well, that's why a chicken is so good to have on a homestead.
It is. They
is
will eat
because
anything,
they eat all your kitchen scraps.
including chicken.
Instead of putting them in the compost, you put them in chicken run, and they produce manure and eggs and meat for you.
And they're fun.
Not if you have silkies.
They
don't have a whole lot of meat.
They don't have a whole lot of meat.
If you get them wet, they look like
wet rats.
Yeah.
Although I do have to fight a little bit for them because I know that some people use silkies to incubate their quail eggs because quail are crappy mothers, or Coturnix quail anyways. Bob Whites will sit on their own eggs, and sometimes Coturnix will as well, like in an aviary type setting. But I know some people will stick quail eggs under their silkies. However, we tried that with my mom. The silky was already, right? Well, she was already sitting on her own eggs. So maybe it only will work if you have a broody hen that's not actually sitting on eggs. Because I know sometimes silkies or other chickens will do that. They'll just be broody, but they're not actually even sitting on anything. They're just sitting in the nest. But yeah, my mom stuck, I gave her a dozen quail eggs to stick under her silky that was sitting on eggs. And she said she went out there and they were all just like almost like perfectly like outside the nest, like around the outside. And she's like, yeah, I don't think this is going to work. I'm like, okay, well, it's worth a shot. So
yeah, Jasmine says silkies are legit pets, not homestead animals. Yeah. And Josh said garbage disposal are useful. Yes, they are. Richard Brown says, my wife said forgiveness is easier than permission.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's still talking to me, obviously, so.
Yeah, just one of these days, I know there's going to be like a goat that walks past, and I'm going to be like, where did this come from? And whose goat got loose and came to our yard?
Honestly, the neighbors are probably the only reason we don't have a goat. I'll be honest with you. Or a pig. Just a little bacon seed.
Well, I want pigs.
I want bacon seeds.
Definitely.
But they need to be away from the house, yeah. I have a problem with the ducks being as close as they are to the house because they are wet.
They're moving. Chris Rose says, my husband is glad I don't want chickens with accessories, hats, boots, like silkies and baramas. Go on. Okay.
Because they're just fun. They're nothing. They're just accessories.
Yeah, I gotcha.
You picking up what I'm laying down?
Yeah. Unfortunately. Ed says, I was planning on getting chickens and had ordered them, then I found quail. Quail grow faster and you can make more faster. They don't sound like chickens, so my neighbors don't know what I have.
Yes.
Exactly. They're very good bird. We have a video all about why quail are great.
It's rough. It was like our first video, though.
It's one of our first videos, but it has lots of views. It's like over 6,000 views.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good content. It's really good information. But we were very new to YouTube when we made it, and we're just awkward. And I apologize in advance, but there's a lot of really good info in it.
Chad says, my reservation's biggest was neighbors. Will they still be cool with this or cause problems? Mm-hmm. I went around to everyone within the earshot and smell. Nobody had a problem, and they appreciated me talking to them.
That's cool. Awesome.
Was that just for chickens, or was that quail, or?
Yeah, I think our neighbors, I know these ones at least, will share quail eggs with them, and they think it's super cool. And chicken eggs, but they think the quail eggs are super cool. I'm a little hesitant to share quail eggs with some other neighbors because, like, I have a feeling they would have a hissy fit. So.
Yeah, Jasmine said, "Oh, good thoughts, Chad. You're such a nice neighbor." Yeah, I mean, you live next to each other. You gotta be nice to people, right? Richard Brown says, I got 3 ladies started in quail. Now I have to give them a cleaning class in a week or so. Awesome. It's always good to get people started and teaching them how to process their animals. Yeah, it's cool that you got them started, but then you're also like helping them see through the entire process. So that's awesome. You're not just like, here, have a quail. All right, you're on your own now. Like, so that's good.
Good job.
Josh says, I was watching garden videos in November a few years ago, and I think it was one of John Kohler's tours of someone's backyard, and they pointed off screen and said, our quail pen is over there. Cool.
And that sent him down the rabbit hole, he said.
Oh, that sent him down the rabbit hole. Cool. Truck 3 Warden says, I brought home a milk cow without telling my husband. He didn't mind. He knew I wanted one.
There was a video it was on Facebook, but I think it had been originally like on TikTok. But it was this like wife or girlfriend, whatever. She was like sitting on the couch, and then she was recording her boyfriend or husband or whatever coming home from work, and she had a cow like behind the front door. So he came through the front door, and then he's like standing there, and he's like, why are you recording me, you know? And she's like, just close the door. He's like, why? And he closes the door and looks behind the door, and there's a cow behind the door in their house. And he's like, where did you get this cow? And of course, I'm pretty sure he was like swearing, like, you know, did you get this cow? And it's so funny. I'm like, I had like 3 people send it to me because they're like, this is so you and your husband. I'm like, don't give me any ideas.
Yeah, Frank says, wait until your wife wants 42 sheep. Mine did, and I told we have to get the stuff we got going first. Yeah, that will never happen. Never that many. Maybe cows, never sheep.
I wouldn't want 42 cows. Like, that's a lot. I'm overwhelmed as it is.
Well, I'll do cows. If we have the land for them, we'll do it.
I wouldn't mind doing cows. I like Jerseys and Highland cows. Yeah. I haven't done a lot of research on like cow breeds, but those are 2 that I've seen on other channels that I'm like, oh, those are cool.
I want Berkshire pigs. I've already made that decision.
They're not like those hairy ones, are they? Where they have like hair, like fur, like long curly fur.
They're a heritage breed, and they're endangered. And I want Berkshire pigs.
Okay.
Yep, and they taste yummy. Love their meat. Chad says that was chickens and quail. Okay. Richard says goats are like little cows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are.
I think the goats would be good practice for cows.
I don't, because I don't ever plan on getting cows that I have to milk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless you are.
Yeah, I want dairy cows.
Yeah, I don't want dairy cows.
Oh, I do. So now we have a problem. Whatever. Anyways, I wanted dairy cows because I want to make like butter and cheese and cream and stuff like that. But goats, they're smaller, and I feel like they're good practice because you have to milk them at least once a day, you know, and then you're dealing with like giving vaccines and deworming and taking care of their hooves and stuff like that. Whereas with quail, you don't really have that. Like we don't vaccinate any of our animals for like that, you know, whereas like goats and stuff, you have to know. But then it's kind of like a dog or a cat. It's like, well, I'm going to do my research and find out, you know, what vaccine does what, and do they actually need it, or is it just something that everybody is doing? And I'm not like an anti-vaxxer or anything by any means, but I definitely want to know like what I'm putting into my animals, especially if I'm going to be consuming their meat or eggs, not eggs from goats, but like the chickens and stuff like that. Like I want to know what I'm consuming and feeding my family and stuff. So I hope that makes sense.
Richard Brown says cows are trouble wrapped up in a leather bag.
I see what you did there. Very, very funny.
That says at least goats don't leave cow pies and just jelly beans.
Yes,
and well, that's why you have chickens.
And they have rectangular pupils.
And you graze the chickens behind the cows.
Did you know goats are the only animals in the animal kingdom with rectangular pupils?
Okay.
The more you know.
Frank wants to know how our garden's doing. Our garden's amazing.
I have the sunburn to prove it. You guys, Okay.
It's going away.
It's dry right now. But so I usually wear at least SPF. Okay, story time. Sorry. I usually wear like at least SPF 50 because I'm super pale and I burn really easy. Well, we saw SPF 30 at the store and Brandon's like, why don't you try that? Because maybe if you do that, you'll burn just like a little bit and then actually get tan a little bit. And I use it on my arms and I do have like a little bit of a tan line and like, thank you, dear. And like, I don't know, I've been working on this all summer. Do you see this? Like, that's impressive for me. So I'm like, you know what? Put your farmer tan away. I have a farmer tan though, too, kind of. Anywho.
So my arm's dark compared to you.
Your white is darker than my tan. Like, it's ridiculous. Anyhow.
Nobody needs to see that.
So I put my SPF 30 all over and I'm like, I'm going to wear a tank top and I'm going to get a tan. I got burnt really bad, like really bad. Olivia came outside. She's like, Mom, you look like a lobster. And I was like, nah. And I kind of like moved and like my tank top brushed on my skin. I was like, uh-oh, like I know that feeling. So back to SPF 50 I go. I mean, to be fair though, I did spend like all day outside and I did like reapply the sunscreen, but anywho, I spent all day tying up all my tomato plants and stuff, and I found some pests that I don't know what they are, and I hate bugs like a lot. So I need to get some, I think I decided I was going to use neem oil under the leaves. I asked like 3 or 4 different people what these like bug things were, and nobody seems to know. So the general consensus was to try to use a small amount of neem oil and see how it goes. So
for what?
The weird bugs under the tomato leaves.
Oh,
that nobody knows what they are. Google
thought they were
was no
slugs
help.
or something.
No.
Oh, okay. Chad says, if you go with sheep, I recommend hair sheep, no shearing.
Oh. I didn't know that was a thing. That's kind of cool.
Jennifer says the hatching party with 2 of the grandbabies went great. Grandbabies went great. 24 hatched out of 29 that went into lockdown. The 5-year-old counted a wet quail as a new one every time. She says we have 50 new quail. LOL.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome. Congrats. Frank says, get a goat. We are in spring. We would have to have a new place to live. Mm-hmm. Victoria says, Berkshires are delicious. I mean, easy to take care of. Yes, they are. I love them.
I forgot what the kind is that Cindy raises.
La Rochelle Farm says, good evening, WTF. Just wanted to stop in and say hi. Have a great show. Oh, thank you for stopping by.
Hereford.
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 Ed wants to know, have you killed the plants in the grow bags yet?
No,
actually.
And my one rhubarb, I think the last time we talked about it, I said how the one rhubarb didn't come up. It finally came up, the one that I started as a crown. I do have like just one dead stalk on the one I bought as like a start. You're not supposed to pull rhubarb in its first couple years, but I think I'm going to pull that. The leaf itself is yellow. So I think I'm just going to pull it because I feel like, it shouldn't be yellow. All the rest are green and I kind of just want to get it away. I was going to research it some more, but other than that, everybody's doing really, really well. I actually need to add some soil to my potato bag.
I say that thing really needs soil bad.
Yeah, the potatoes are like this tall, so I need to put soil in so it'll make more
potatoes.
Yeah, thank you. Wow.
Roots,
rhizomes. I don't know. Berkshire pig versus Hereford.
Time and Timber says, I think those might have been freshly hatched tomato hornworms, Kristin.
Shut up. She's joking. I think she's joking. Shut up.
What are you waiting for?
I mean, the worms are the larvae, though. The hornworm.
Now we have to look and research.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Please be patient. We'll see if Kristin.
Okay, no, I don't think that's them.
No? Okay.
Ew. Ooh. 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 Gross.
Guess not.
Oh,
Jasmine.
it looks like rice or like lice. She's like, made you look.
How's everybody else's gardens doing this summer? Is everything growing good? Have you guys in the South harvested anything yummy yet? I know a few people have. I know a lot of people were harvesting garlic and potatoes. I know Chris from Slightly Redneck, I talked to him this week and he said he harvested garlic already.
I think I might have killed our garlic.
Yeah, the garlic's dead.
I have
the stuff in the ground is okay. We have a few cloves in the ground.
We do?
Yeah. In that weed mess. I kind of weeded around them. They're still alive.
Oh, there's a couple in the pots that I think might be okay because it was still kind of green. But
yeah, it just got too hot. It was sitting on the deck. We didn't have it planted in the ground. It was just in pots.
Yeah. Well, we started them. Well, we didn't start them was the problem. So I just threw them in pots because I didn't know if they were going to produce anything at all. And I just like never put them in the ground. So.
Yeah. And I found garlic that I was going to use for seed in the fridge like a week ago. It like fell behind something. I was like, oh, I remember I was going to plant that, but maybe we'll plant it this fall. Richard Brown says, been dry and hot in East Tennessee. That's not good. Not good for plants. Woman of Spirit says, I'm in southern Indiana. I deep mulched my garden beds. Everything is beautiful. Awesome. Larson Farm says, farmers sprayed on a windy day here in Minnesota. Had to replant a lot of my tomatoes and some squash. Ooh, that stinks.
That
Sorry.
really sucks.
Josh says, my raised beds aren't growing very well yet, but the stuff in the grow buckets and the green stalk are doing great. I think it's just that fish fertilizer goes further in pots. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I never really had good luck with the fish fertilizer in the
ground
or in the
beds.
Grow beds, yes. Yeah. Rabbit poop. Manure. I guess poop sounds gross. Rabbit manure. Ed wants to know, what is WTF's next big thing?
QuailCon. Our next project is probably going to be figuring out the rabbits. I really want to reconfigure. We've been like brainstorming, but don't have an actual plan yet of how to reconfigure the rabbits.
Say before summer came here, I had plans to do stuff, and then time got away from us, and we just kind of threw stuff out for like grow cages and ranging the rabbits and the ducks.
And it wasn't supposed to be permanent.
None of it's permanent, and it's been
almost July now, and we haven't.
Yeah, I got to move things.
Yeah, we have it seems like lately, anything that has been able to go wrong in life kind of has. So that kind of has gotten in the way of things. We are keeping up on things, but like projects have not been a thing, unfortunately. So even like I have a bunch of extra like grow bags and some extra starts that I wanted to get in the grow bags. I still haven't done that. So, and I don't know that it will, but.
Yeah. Gotta make a new duck home. That's my biggest project. It's a new duck home. Patricia says we have beets, zucchini, yellow squash, onions, and raspberries. That's awesome. Our onions are doing amazing. And
yes.
Our potatoes are doing pretty well too.
Not as good as we hoped, but they're okay.
No, I think some of them just didn't get the water that they needed to start off with.
I was reading we were supposed to let them scab over.
Yeah, I know. You don't have to.
Oh. Well, it's
most
better
people
too,
recommend
apparently.
so they don't rot. I know.
Yeah. So, and we planted them really deep, so it's probably kind of a bad combination.
Yeah, that's all right. Larson Farm says, what vegetables do you think are too late to plant in your grown zone? I'm the same one as
Corn.
you. Corn, yeah, would be too late. Otherwise, I mean, if you want to plant stuff now, squash, peas, carrots,
Cucumbers, you still have a little
cucumbers.
time. Tomatoes, it's too late, I think, and peppers.
Yeah, peppers
it's too
are
late.
way too long.
But yeah, like beans, peas, cukes, those are all fairly fast growing. In fact, our garden up front that was new this year and kind of haphazardly thrown together, none of my beans, peas, or cucumbers came up. Not a one, or the Swiss chard.
Yeah, we got to replant all that.
So I think it probably needs fertilizer. I didn't fertilize it. I just threw the plants out there. The starts seem to do okay apart from what the deer ate and Nano broke off. But I did see a robin like out there. So I don't know if maybe the birds ate the seeds or something, or I'm not sure. So I have to try to restart. Otherwise we're not going to have any cucumbers. And I'm really bummed because I really wanted to make pickles. So, and I really wanted peas and beans.
I want my snap peas. I got to plant some of those bad.
Yeah, I bought some. I have them ready to go.
Jennifer says, the deer ate my sweet peas, harvested squash, zucchini, and cucumber so far. Cool. I know we had zucchini too, but I think that was one of the plants on the table that died. I just looked out.
I think I have 2 out in the tractor garden.
Oh, do you?
That was a start when I put it in the ground, and it's doing okay. And I have some squash in the trellis garden.
Chad said, chickens planted sunflower seeds and the plants are doing great. LOL.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, we planted a ton of sunflowers along our river creek thing at the top, and then on the other side next to the potatoes field over there.
I hope it turns out like I'm picturing in my head. I'm picturing like a tunnel of sunflowers.
They're growing pretty well, and yeah, I'm hoping that just you have a wall of sunflowers on each side. I think it'd be kind of cool looking.
I'm just gonna go lay in the sunflower tunnel. Bad day, sunflower tunnel. Good day, sunflower tunnel.
Oh, I just read that one. Never mind. Ed says the world has gone wrong.
It has. To be fair, it could be worse. So we had a couple visits to the ER with each of our moms, and everybody is okay, mostly. So that's good. So could be worse, and it's not. So can't complain. But when those things come up, it's just like, all right, well, I gotta drop everything and go. Like it's just
yeah, it's hard.
Just have to do it, So.
Well, Rich says good night. Thanks for joining. Richard says good night as well. Have to start a 48-hour shift in the morning at fire station.
Ooh, well, good luck and stay safe.
Have a great night. Thanks for coming.
I think we're about done anyways.
I think we are. We're at the end of the list.
Don't forget, tomorrow we're doing our live with Zach at 6 p.m. Central. We're going to try to get that. We're going to talk
all things QuailCon, so yes. Don't want to miss that.
Yes, it's going to be lots of fun. So I'm super excited. But make sure you hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because not only do we have that live tomorrow about QuailCon, but we have some other upcoming videos planned for you about QuailCon, in addition to some other self-sufficiency farm and quail videos. It's what we have. Like I said, we have a lot planned, and you're not going to want to miss it. Like, I'm actually really super excited and pumped. Things are really starting to come together here. So yeah, but thanks for tuning in. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you, but have a good night. Blessings.
Ed says he'll be there with bells on. Thanks, Ed. Good night.